I'm telling you. Like this is my downfall. God, so fun. Just like a boxing match. I had to switch to black and blue because it clouded up and got dark. Think about it, like the water's gin clear, but down there in that grass, I bet it's super dark. So black and blue until the sun comes out. I mean, like finally got around some good looking stuff. Whenever you get a bite, you know, it's kind of like anything else. You kind of tend to move fast, especially these big giant grass flats. But when you do get a bite, you want to slow down and really, you know, because I don't know if, usually there'll be a radius, sometimes 20 yards, sometimes 100 yards, but you don't know which way you clipped it. And that could be just a solo fish, but you want to make sure, you know, are they that way? Are they that way? Did we pass them going fast? Just kind of pick around and see. Like there's two kinds of grass that I've seen so far. There's very little milfoil, which is what I was hoping to find. But then there's this other stringy, snotty looking stuff. And there's miles and miles of that. And you can just tell, like in that, you're getting that stringy stuff and it's gooey and just doesn't feel crisp. And then you get like that pitch right there is milfoil and it's just clean. Oh gosh. Those are the hardest ones to catch when you pitch in there and it just keeps going. I think they get it and they go out the back side. Gosh. That's how you start it. Man, he is freaking bleeding. I didn't think he was that big. I mean, he wasn't a giant, but I thought he was, when I first hit him and seen him turn sideways, I thought he was like a 2-pounder. To just come here and flip grass. It's just like it took till now for me to realize, like I've been here 2 or 3 times flipping grass and I just take off and there's a certain kind of grass that they're in. Like a while ago when I had that first bite, all of that was skunk grass and there was one patch of cabbage that was something that wasn't skunk grass and I get a bite out of it. Like this eelgrass, it ain't good for shit flipping. It's like a carpet. There's no holes but it's good to have it mixed in because it gives them another choice. I'm telling you. Like this is my downfall because I love to do it. We just don't have any grass in Oklahoma. I mean, not that much where I live. And just flipping, I mean, I can get 5 bites. I can get 2 bites all day. and be happy. And that's, we go to some of these tournaments, you know, and that has grass, and I don't get to do it enough, so I want to do it. And it's so, the bite is just, it's so much fun. Like if you've never done it, like it's better than Disney World. But we don't have the best conditions yet because it's just cloudy, and I can't see other than just what's right here. And you know, there's two different kinds of grass three I've seen so far. There's a cabbage, a little bit of that. There's a whole bunch of this skunk, nasty looking grass. And then there's a little bit of milfoil. And that's what I expect them to be in. It's just really scattered. So I think whenever, and that's not a bad thing, because it kind of puts them here and there. But I would love to find a stretch of it to where there's a bunch of it. Flipping stick, 60-pound braid, a big weight, and just, you know, a bunch of flips. And I mean, I have not been here in a while, and the grass changes every year. So it's not like I just pulled in. I mean, I'm having to hunt it like, you know, a lot of people go out pre-fishing and stuff. You're having to hunt stuff, and you just got to cover some water and try to find it fast, what kind of stuff they're in. Like when you pitch it in there, you'll just know it's different. Sometimes that line will just hop, and like that bite, he was just welded, I mean, to the bottom. Like I pick up and it's just like you're stuck between a rock. That's when you jerk. Like that flip right there that I caught that one on, I seen it coming. There was just like this one right here, like a little house of milfoil. God, look at this grass underneath the boat's laid over, and that grass is standing straight up. There's just a seam. As I was saying, I mean, you have to just notice the little things. I was just saying, like the grass under the boat is laid over, and that grass over there is sitting straight up, and there is a mat right down the edge of it. You know, a lot of times, I'd say if I had 95% of the bites doing this, as soon as it goes through the mat or the grass on the way down, very seldom do I catch one working it. I think it's just because it's so thick on the bottom, they don't find it. Every now and then you can hop it and they'll get it. Especially if you see the grass move, or if you feel one swipe at it on the way down, you can hop it up. But a guy'd honestly probably be better off just to pitch in, let it go to the bottom, bring it out, cover more water. What I get for looking for grass instead of fishing. It's the first bite I've had out of the. Oh, there's a little milfoil there. It's the first bite I've had out of the. Not just beautiful milfoil, but that goes back to when I first started doing this. I lost a lot of fish, and that hook set was the reason. What I just did was the reason. Like fluorocarbon fishing, flipping bushes and stuff, you can do the slack line. You can get by with it. But this is more of a, if you slack line them, get them sideways, they come off a lot. You know, and when I get tuned in, you know, you start getting bites, I can kind of make myself do it, but when you get a bite, you know, you want to kind of tighten your line up and do more of a lean back than a slack line. Keep that rod, you can reel all the way down to them and just God, when I laid into him, I thought he was a freaking giant. I can see the bottom all the way around that little patch of milfoil. But I didn't see him. Look how fat they are up here and thick. Looks like a Grand Lake fish. So I'm just flipping a spine crawl. You know, this stuff's pretty scattered. I got an ounce and a quarter weight on, and the main reason is I want it to fall. I want them to react. You could probably get by with a 3/4. But the old spine crawl, like it doesn't have a whole lot of action, meaning that it doesn't have too much. Like I want it to fall. If it, like a Christie crawl, which I've caught them flipping this stuff with the Christie crawl, when it goes down, it's real, a lot of action. It slows the bait down. I want this thing to go, just make them react. I can't, usually doing this, like you'll get around a little area and you'll get 4 or 5 bites, and I haven't found that yet. It's all been one here, one there. And I don't know if it's just because of the weather, they're not tucked in there, but you still think, I mean, I've fished thick stuff, thin stuff, scattered stuff, but I remember a tournament on the Mobile Delta one time where I was headed into a creek, and it had a bridge that had bolts sticking out, and I only had like 1 inch or 2 each side for play. And the wind was blowing. I was scared that I was going to scratch my boat all up, and so I ended up not going in there. And the old boy that won it, supposedly, and I believe it, he was just flipping a big weight and trash piles. And when I say trash piles, like literally trash, like Coke bottles and beer cans. So it doesn't have to be, like anything that they can get their head under or get next to. I think when the sun comes out, if it does come out, I think they'll get under these tops and kind of suspend these little blown in mats. I've only caught 1 out of that so far. Still not what we're after, but it beats working. Just isolated little clump right there. I think they're out here deeper. He I slipped. Like, I love it. It's just, there's just like trying to get them out of that stuff. There's not much stuff better than flipping willows, but this beats it. Ugliest looking grass I've seen too. I think it's just cause you see how it had that mat right there. It's got a couple mats out here close to this deep water. Just gives them, and this grass could look ugly on the surface and be beautiful down there deep, so it's just slimy. Only thing, like edge of the grass, and there's one cabbage top right there. If you don't do this, you should. If you do it, you know why I get so excited. It's just a lot of fun. He had it. That's how we're gonna end it. Somebody has to get on an airplane. Appreciate you guys riding along. Hopefully you learned something.